Dear friends, welcome to the quiz on the chapter Quadratic Equations, Class 10, Maths 1, Chapter 2. After reading each question, I will pause for 8 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds. But if you need some more time to answer the question, please pause the video and solve the sum and then check the answer. So let's start with the quiz. According to the provided material, what is the primary condition for a polynomial to be classified as quadratic polynomial? The correct answer is A. The degree of the polynomial must be 2. Which of the following represents the general form of a quadratic equation as described? The correct answer will be D. The standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. In the quadratic equation, y square is equal to 2y minus 7. What are the values of the coefficients a, b and c when written in standard form? The correct option will be D. If we rearrange the equation, it comes to y square minus 2y plus 7 is equal to 0. Y is the equation x plus 1 upon x is equal to minus 2, considered a quadratic equation after simplification. The answer is B. Multiplying by x results in an equation with a maximum index of 2. The equation simplifies to x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. If x is equal to minus 6 is a solution for the polynomial x square plus 5x minus 6, what is the value of p minus 6? The correct option is C. If a value is a root or solution, substituting it into the polynomial results in a value of 0. When solving x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0 by factorization, which two numbers should be used to split the middle term? The correct answer will be A. These numbers are chosen because their product is 54 and their sum is minus 15, matching the coefficients C and B. What is the critical rule used in the factorization method when the product of two linear factors is 0, such as x minus 5 into x plus 1 is equal to 0? The correct option is C. At least one of the factors must be equal to 0. In the completing the square method, what term must be added to x square plus 10x to create a perfect square trinomial? The correct option is C, that is 25. because if we divide 10 by 2 and square it, the answer comes to 25. According to the quadratic formula, x is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. What is the value of the discriminant for the equation x square plus 10x plus 2 is equal to 0? The answer will be b, that is 92. If we substitute the values correctly in the equation b square minus 4ac, we get the answer, that is 92. What can be concluded about the roots of a quadratic equation if the discriminant is less than 0? The correct option is D. The roots are not real numbers, because a negative discriminant involves the square root of a negative number, which is not a real number. If the discriminant of a quadratic equation is 50, what is the nature of its roots? The answer is B, that is the roots will be real and unequal. For the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, what is the relationship for the sum of the roots alpha plus beta? The correct option will be D. The formula is derived by adding the two possible solutions from the quadratic formula, causing the square root terms to cancel out. What is the product of the roots alpha into beta for the equation 2x square plus 6x minus 5 is equal to 0? The correct option will be A. The product of the roots is given by c upon a, which in this case is minus 5 upon 2. How do you form a quadratic equation if the two roots are given as alpha is equal to 3 and beta is equal to minus 10? The correct option will be D. In a word problem involving the dimensions of a rectangular plot where the length is 10 meters more than its breadth and the area is 200 meters square, which equation correctly models the situation if breadth is x? Option C. Area is length into breadth. If breadth is x, the length will be x plus 10. Thus, x into x plus 10 is equal to 200, simplifying to x square plus 10x minus 200 is equal to 0. If a train travels 360 kilometers at a uniform speed x and then the speed is increased by 5 kilometers per hour, which expression represents the new time taken to cover the same distance? The correct option is D. Time is calculated as distance upon speed. When speed is increased by 5, the new denominator becomes x plus 5. Based on the provided activity for the trapezium ABCD, what is the correct formula for its area? Option D. The area of a trapezium is half the sum of the parallel sides multiplied by the height or altitude. When solving 2x square minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0, what result is obtained when substituting x is equal to 3 upon 2 into the polynomial? Option D. What is the relationship between the discriminant and the Greek letter delta? Option C. The discriminant b square minus 4ac is denoted by the Greek letter delta. For the equation x square plus 2x minus 9 is equal to 0, what is the final conclusion regarding the nature of its roots based on the discriminant calculation? Option B. Because if we put the values in the discriminant, we get the answer as 40, which is greater than 0. That means the roots are real and unequal. If alpha and beta are roots of x square plus 5x minus 1 is equal to 0, what is the value of alpha square plus beta square? Option B. Which of the following is not a quadratic equation? Option A is not a quadratic equation because multiplying by y results in y cube plus 1 is equal to 2y, which has a maximum index of 3, making it cubic. What is the result of the discriminant for the equation root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0? Option D. If we put the values, the answer comes to 9. Which method is described as convenient for solving 5x square minus 4x minus 3 is equal to 0 when it is difficult to find factors of the product 5 into minus 3 that sum to minus 4? Option C, that is completing the square method. What does it mean for a quadratic equation to have roots are not real? The correct option is A. When b square minus 4ac is less than 0, the quadratic formula requires the square root of a negative number which has no real solution. So that's all in this quiz, friends. Thank you.